Okay, so this is the Montell Fish latest release. Is this the arc of Montell Fish transitioning back into Christian music? I don't know. What do you say? All footage in this is entertainment purposes only. All right, so entertainment purposes only, he says. Montell Fish is a soul R&B artist who recently transitioned to being a pretty big pop artist in the world of like TikTok and really exploded. And he's been struggling with his Christian audience, I guess. In a way, he's kind of told the Christians in his comments to F off, even though he kind of does some sus stuff. And I've reached out to him privately to try to get context. He didn't really offer up a lot of insight, but some folks have said that this might be a story arc where he comes back to making Christian music because he's playing these different characters. And so he put this out, which has a lot of people kind of questioning. And I'll give you guys my thoughts because I think what he's dealing with is actually very common in the Christian space, believe it or not. And I think he's a reflection of where a lot of people are at. All right. So there it pops up on the browser, how to stop looking at corn.
At the same time, I'm just like so aware of like, I want to remain aware of where I am with God and like not fall too far away.
Not fall too far away. Well, that's good. That's good news. So, obviously some profanity here. This life ain't worth the channel. So he's posting comments of his Christian fans going in on him. And because they're confused why he's collaborating with Daniel Caesar, so on and so forth. I can't tell what is that being said. I heard that F it ain't effing coming back, B words. So I just want to feel your love again. He goes on to share more of all the stuff that's happening in his life. Parents praying for him. I'm not going to play you guys the whole video because, again, probably get hit with content ID on it. Okay, so I don't know where he is with the Lord right now. I don't think it really matters. What I think is this stuff is relatable, and it's relatable because a lot of people are going through it. A lot of people are going through it because their relationship and their anchoring to God is specifically, I need God to talk to me in an audible sense, the way he used to talk to me. And then I just want to feel your love again. I just want to feel your touch again. Priest, Provider, Protector Collection is here. Priest, go out and make disciples. Provider, care for the least of these. And Protector, be bold in a world that consistently rejects Jesus. Stop being docile. Pick up some merch at blessgod.shop right now. It's only available until Sunday, so get yours now. And I don't know if those are supposed to be songs about God or not. I think they're both supposed to be about God, but at the same time, I think it's reflective of where a lot of people are and where a lot of people veer off the course because they're chasing an emotional high. They're chasing an emotional experience. Where they think it's spiritual, but God doesn't have to talk to you on your terms. God doesn't have to give you the goosebumps. God doesn't have to give you the feels in order for him to be good and for you to remain committed to him. And I think, in my opinion, we've taken this idea of a personal relationship with God in America and in the West to the umpth extreme, where everything isn't about you, the person, getting to talk to God, the creator of the universe, directly through feelings, emotions, and audible words. That sometimes duty, faithfulness, commitment to live as you should because God is that good should be enough for us. That he's lived the life we couldn't live, died the death we should have died on the cross in our place for our sins. And so then we're always looking for experiences, mountaintop highs, another conference, another seminar, another worship night, another revival. I need him. I need to feel him. I need him to talk to me. I need to get words of knowledge. I need all these spiritual experiences. And I'm not saying this is what Montell is saying, but I think if I'm reading beneath the lines and understanding the temperament around this stuff, which hyper creative people tend to be, is it becomes very emotionally charged instead of commitment charged. Emotionally charged instead of commitment charged. And I think so much of life is about commitment. Like, I don't always feel hyper emotional in my relationship with my wife. Sometimes it's just about serving her. Like David said, yeah, very much like a marriage, right? My kids are at a stage where they're extremely adorable and they're amazing, but I serve them and commit to them. And then I feel awesome for doing it. I don't have to feel awesome being a dad to then go serve them, right? And so I think we have it backwards. I think like we want to feel God to serve God or to live God's ways, when really you should live God's ways and then you'll feel him on the back. And that's kind of the whole point of the prayer journal that we did. You start tracking your commitment to God and your commitment to prayer and your commitment to living life his way. And then all of a sudden you'll feel the gratitude and you'll feel the joy on the back end of that instead of pursuing the feeling, right? And so I feel like a lot of us chase the high and chase the feeling and chase the emotional aspect instead of approaching God on his terms, not on our terms. Approaching God and being willing to submit to his ways, not try to get him in on our party and what we got going on. And I think if we approach God from a more sober, committal aspect, I think we'd be less disillusioned when we don't feel the presence of God. I believe our relationship with God is as close as we want it to be. I believe our relationship is, we're as close to God as we want to be. And I don't think you always need to feel it in an emotional sense. I think you serve, and out of commitment and out of the external commitments that you made, you serve, and then the feelings happen. Instead, we want to feel and then the serving to happen. And I just don't think that's how life works, right? I don't just love my wife when I'm feeling like loving my wife. I love my wife because I've committed to my wife. And if more of us had that paradigm about all things, not just God or relationships, but about all things, I think it would be way better off. I think we'd be way better off. I think you'd be way better off as an employee. I think you'd be way better off at the things you choose to put in your mouth. Pause. I think you'd be way better off at the things you choose to watch. I think you'd be way better off with how you handle your finances. If you just stop chasing the feelings and chased more of the commitment, and then let the feelings come as a byproduct, you're gonna win that way. You're gonna win that way. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. I don't. Some of you guys said that to me. I don't like making videos about this sort of stuff just because I've known Montell personally, and I haven't heard from him. Last time I was in New York, I checked in with him. But yeah, most people are running in fear of God rather than praising God, which relates to God's terms versus your own terms. Most people are running in fear to God. If you love me, you will obey my commands. Yes, David. Priest, Provider, Protector Collection is here. Priest, go out and make disciples. Provider, care for the least of these. And Protector, be bold in a world that consistently rejects Jesus. Stop being docile. Pick up some merch at blessgod.shop right now. It's only available until Sunday, so get yours now. We see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when he answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used from my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. And here's the thing, with the hope to create a prayer movement, we've made the PDF version of this prayer journal completely free. So to get the PDF of our prayer journal completely for free, go to blessgodpdf.shop